What is up with it, everybody? We are back with some more Smash singles action here at Gateway Legends, and we will be your host for this wonderful Wave B, if I'm not mistaken. I am AG, and I am joined by my good friend, Ritual. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. Ooh. I mean, dude, I don't know if the folks at home have looked at how Wave B pools are and just how stacked this whole bracket is, but it's so incredibly deep. Wave A had some crazy upsets, like Mudace losing to D3 Will, the King DDD player from MDVA. And is now in losers. This pool has some incredible players as well.
I got
Kronos
the list.
Unfortunately DQ'd, so not going to be there, but we've got AK, Deathspade, we've got...
You're missing Yoda Cage.
I was going to say...
We got Lima, we got Henry Luma, we got Beast. We got all sorts of characters, all sorts of players from all over the place coming together here in St. Louis, and I'm excited to make it all happen. But we also got some local talent we get to showcase, right? All of those names were kind of the top seeds of the pool, but they don't really have to play right when we get started in the wave, so we get to see all sorts of crazy matchups. We saw a very interesting one just in the last set. Kazuya and Cinnamoroar, not something we get treated to all the time, but... And
whenever we do, dude, it is the hypest thing in the world,
it's something.
Right? We've seen Riddle Skyjay a couple times. And that wild set, he ended up clutching it out game 5, but that was certainly something to remember as well. Getting things started though, we've got Dev and Abyss. This is going to be Young Link Ridley. I know we're in the Midwest, but this is really feeling like an MDV. This feels like an East Coast set.
A little bit. I'm excited. I always like Ridley. I feel like it's a character that you need to be creative with, so I like to see how that creativity comes out in the gameplay. And Young Link we saw a lot of, actually, throughout the weekend so far, between the crew battles and some single sets. And honestly, I'm always been a Young Link fan, especially on release. I was like, ooh, is this the character I'm going to main? It turns out no, but still love to see. Look at these combos, the item play.
Dude, this character's so cool. Like, the amount of pressure you can find at mid-range, the way you can... You're not even trying to zone necessarily. You have tools for it, but you want to just play at this mid-range and keep them out until you can find a hit and then start your combo, right? It's this very bait and punish, but also kind of zony gameplay where you're just trying to make them uncomfortable at that mid-range. The big key for this matchup, though, is going to be how does Ridley get you into the corner? How do you get them off stage? Because Young Link is going to win that neutral game and gonna be able to just do so much against the big body of Ridley, the very light body. But once you get them off stage, back air can kill. Fireballs are something Link struggles to deal with, and I mean, we're seeing it early, right? Both players know their win cons, but what can they make happen here?
It's just a sort of like interesting dynamic too, because the burst range from Ridley is kind of exactly where Young Link likes to hang out. We see one small mistake almost cost the stock. Finally, though, Devinchi going back to the ledge, trying to make something happen with these neutral specials and some good defensive options too. Ooh, forward tilt, open up the stage, super nice.
And that fireball getting the one on platform, the one down below was beautiful coverage, just forcing the Ikana to get caught if they weren't patient. Thankfully they were, and they're able to close it out with the down air. But both these players are just playing, and you can sense, even with 3 stocks, 2 stocks left, like the amount of respect they have for each other is immense, and it's on full display here. They're not trying to just hold for it. They're not trying to be aggressive or force options. They're really trying to just let the other one make mistakes, and we're seeing some periods of very slow gameplay because neither of them really want to approach the other one.
They're all just sort of setting up these, different flow charts. Really good option there to get the grab in, open up the stage, and try and put this corner pressure on with the projectiles. That boomerang does so much, but going for a committal option, but it's going to work out with the hero spin.
And just putting Ridley all the way into the blast zone. Now it's just one stock Octave. Devinchi has had the opportunities to find some of these edgeguards and has racked on the percent, but then just hasn't been able to close it out. Ikana's taken the full advantage, and really the main story for me so far has been watching how Ikana is holding this Pokeball in the center stage, not trying to play over or under the platform, saying, hey Ridley, you're big, I don't care, this is limiting your commitment just by playing on that space. And
finally though, Devinchi getting that stock after a false finish at like 70%. Ikana was able to live so long, and what a response as well. The JV3 stock coming in after another drag over hero spin from the Young Link.
And that's one of the hard things when you're a character as big as Ridley is, who's also not super heavy. There's a couple of them, Ridley, Sephiroth, where if you're down a lot, even taking a stock sometimes can just not be enough because they get to come off that Angel Plat with invulnerability, and they're one hit away from killing you. We're going to see the swap come out now. over to Ryu, who, while you might not think the FGC characters do great against Young Link, and Ryu might be the best pick out of all of them because of this Fireball. The amount of damage that move can output, even if it gets beat out and it's blocked by Boomerang, by Arrow, is just insane.
Yeah, it's going to be tough because the arrows come out twice as fast as these Fireballs, but if you are able to get in, I mean, Devinchi can make some combos happen before Ikana can kind of get out of them. You know, Young Link doesn't have a lot of options to escape those combos, and already we see a % deficit for, I think, the first time in the set.
Yeah, and that P-jab into the
just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say into the Shoryu was just absolutely gorgeous, as well as that arrow combo. Both players are just wagging their combo game, but the focus, dude, that hitbox is just insane sometimes.
It's ambitious, generous perhaps, but really good option too, because oh my goodness.
That was
just the fear, right, of that focus attack. Just Devinchi using it so well.
Lock and load, but that's the third time, regardless of character, that we've seen Ikana hit that combo. And it's true based on DI. You can find your way out of it, but I think we're just seeing Devinchi not necessarily, like, just some of the ways that some of these approaches are getting forced is kind of figuring out this matchup experience on the fly. Young Link, a character that there are a lot of reps of, but it's very, very region specific.
Right. Well, it looks like there's definitely some knowledge here from Devinchi. Some really good timing on the offense and the defense. The spot dodges have been phenomenal. The Fireball timing, also very important. And the focus attacks have been good, too. Young Link usually trying to answer with an up air. Finally, we see the multi-hit from the forward air and the focus attack getting beat out. But that Tatsu, really good for the stage control, but good response, fighting back.
And one of the things I really like about Ikana's gameplay is it's the varying on the charge time of these arrows. Not just a timing mix-up or a, not just a timing mix-up or a knockback mix-up, but also it's going to affect where your % ranges are and allow you to do things like, as we've seen a couple times, throw these arrows out at point-blank range, at these different zones, and really disrupt Devinchi's adjustments with these Fireballs to try and find ways in.
Yeah, we're seeing this sort of the same thing with the Boomerang, too, there on the platform. Some really good pressure with the projectiles. Stuck at the ledge, though. Those down tilts cover so much. Oh, looking for the landing there with a Shoryu, but no, good reversal. No big punish on that down air.
As well in this different matchup, right? All of a sudden, it's Ikana was holding center stage against Ridley, is now holding under the platform, and Devinchi as well is trying to hold that center stage. They're trying to limit the falling aerials that both these characters have as combo starters. That platform serving is very much a ceiling, but they're also trying to give themselves the platform as an extension for their own combos going the other direction. It's a really interesting just positioning choice that has allowed for a lot more neutral gameplay, because being in the center stage, you're gonna get hit into the corner a little less.
Yeah, I mean, we're still seeing it though. Some really good corner pressure here. You gotta watch out for so many moves from the Young Link. That was so smart, actually. The back air into the neutral air, and one more neutral air to seal the deal. One stock apiece. Devinchi looking a lot better than that last game, but Ikana still trying to take it. Go up 2-0.
Yeah, neutral air into the Shoryu there, but just not at a high enough %. Also, it didn't look like the command input there, so just not able to rack up that maximum damage, that knockback that you might want. And honestly, Ikana's willingness to mix up these long strings with just 1-2 hit combos to take his positioning has been immaculate. Not in order to just find ways to keep you guessing, mix your DI, and it's not always about maximizing the %, but really forcing your opponent in this 5-game set to just constantly question your approaches with a character that Young Link can sometimes be seen as a little floor-charting.
Right. But still some good mix-ups so far. Back at that center stage where Devinchi has been so very strong right now. Looking for a big opening here with these Fireballs. Nice focus attack, but swings the wrong way. Answers with another forward air. All right, what can we do here at the ledge? Looking for the anti-air with the up air, but we're going to reset back over on the left side. And no big punish, but a really big swing.
I like the decision for True Fireball there, just the extra pressure, right? You force out the defensive option that you might not with the good old blue one, but now the pressure is immense. I love the use of Bomb on Shield. The mix-up starting to come out defensively. He punished Devinchi for trying to get in these aggressive situations, and even though that didn't take the stock AKG, I mean, it feels like even though this game's close, it's Ikana just locking it down right now.
Maybe. Unfortunate, though, it's like still anyone's game. Can't feel too confident. You can see any big hit can lead into another and lead into the stock. What a nice comeback after that character switch from Devinchi. The Ryu bringing it home on small battlefield.
Yeah,
looking pretty solid.
And that was gorgeous. At the end there, right, Devinchi was playing really well at the end composition-wise. Ikana, we saw playing defensive, and it felt like Devinchi couldn't crack it, couldn't get in. But as soon as he said, okay, wait, this last hit, last stock, I got to close this out, you saw him run in and give up that positioning and start swinging. And that's when Devinchi, sorry, was just able to keep that composure, take a breath, remain calm, and just catch an initial dash with those down tilts.
It was a little dicey, too, because like that Tatsu got shielded into the hero spin up air, and I thought that might have been the game. But that be composed after that just really speaks to the skill. And we're going back to Pokemon Stadium for Game 3.
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit larger space, right? Gives Young Link more room to just kind of run away. You can even outrange the fireballs entirely here. So you just have the opportunity, at least in theory, to just not interact with this Ryu. However, in order to do so, you need a lead. We're seeing Ikana start to build one early, but not a large enough one to really kind of zone you out comfortably at the moment.
Right, definitely not. Still very close. One hit from Ryu can even it back up or take the lead back for Devinchi. Oh my goodness, what a solid hitbox that is.
Yeah, that's the thing about Young Link, that like all of the Links are very similar and yet very different. Toon Link, everyone thinks was the most different, but I feel like the consistency of how solid every button Young Link has in how it combos, how it kills, every tool has a use. We see it there with the forward air taking the stock. It's just, this character can kind of do whatever they want sometimes.
Yeah, and there's a couple of different dynamics. Young Link, though, the projectiles are really the best part. We saw the arrow combo from like mid-range into a kill move with that forward air. Really good stuff. Really good options selected from Ikana, and back at the ledge, Devinci's trying to respond.
And that Hadoken, and recognizing the bomb came out, so hey, if I pressure you here, I'm going to trade. I don't want to do that, so just taking some guaranteed damage was absolutely gorgeous. The situational awareness from Devinchi has been immaculate, and we see it there, dropping the combo, trying to find a buffered air dodge. It didn't kill, and then the ledge trump, but unfortunately it didn't work out, but just such a heads-up play.
All right, finally, though, a few too many buttons on the shield of Devinchi. We get the classic punish, and trying to even up the stocks. That is a big percent deficit. Saves the jump and makes it back. Really good stuff, but that boomerang, another great projectile to combo into the forward air. Ikana bringing it up 2-1.
And I love that bomb throw down. First time we've seen it all set, right? Even now, you're seeing the projectile mix-up start to come out from Ikana. A dash grab, we haven't seen that one yet either. Ikana is continuously pulling out new tricks out, and in a best-of-5 set such as this one, that's absolutely huge.
Definitely.
Huge is measuring the adjustments you're making, so you have new things every game. And we saw Devinchi have to pull out a lot of adjustments, including a new character, just to take game one. It's not going to be enough here, as Ikana on the larger stage locked it down and showed a very convincing victory.
Yes, there was a lot of confidence in that last up special, especially after we saw the focus attack get beat out with some really creative options. The routes started to get, fewer and fewer, and eventually Devinchi was stuck in a very bad spot to be in, which is in the range of the Link up special. And honestly, Ikana wasn't going to make it back, but it did not matter. There was so much confidence. Drag him all the way to the blast zone, bring it on to the next game. And I think there was a lot of momentum shift after we saw the character switch between game 1 and 2. But we're gonna need to see a similar or even bigger shift in momentum. Maybe not necessarily character switch, but gameplay changes. Sort of stage bans that we can see, because Devinchi is kind of losing a little bit of steam here as Ikana tries to bring it to a 3-1 victory. We'll see how it goes.
I imagine whatever counter pick we're seeing here, right? There's just going to be a lot less space. And going right back to small battlefield, you still like these dual plats because you can get some extensions in it. And more importantly, again, use these platforms defensively, limit the aerial approach options that Ikana loves to throw out up close, as well as disrupt these boomerangs, disrupt these bombs. But you have to find a way to get in more consistently, because Ikana's started to improve at the mid-range, and when he's keeping you out, you as Devinchi are just really struggling right now.
Yeah. Now, mind you, some of the responses from Devinchi have been good and really trying to get that damage in when possible, but it's just not able to keep up. Already at 157 and on the back foot, focus attack not working out against these projectiles. You can see Ikana looking for that next big hit to get a little bit of a lead here. And Nair center stage? Okay.
Yeah, that whole stock was crazy because throughout the set, Devinci's been conditioned to shield, and now we're seeing the pogo down airs, right? Try and call out these parries, call out the shields. We might start to see some more, or dash grabs, even with that very laggy chain, tether grab late in this game, right? We just saw one right there because you condition him to play defensively. You're conditioning him to be nervous, and he knows his back's against the wall, so he's playing. He might start trying to play not to lose rather than to win, and that's where you get caught out.
Ooh, okay. And some really good offense here, too, from Ikana. Like you said, that shield conditioning, but now it's this mid-range projectile combo. It's got to be a big punish. It's going to be the Nair. Set up for the edge guard. You got to watch out. Focus attack, not really doing too much in this game. Okay. Good pressure, good pressure. And the fade back boomerang too, staying a little conservative, trying to force the approach. Ryu's not too good at it, but does find a forward air there to start something. And then immediately just went for it all.
Yeah, he went for the drop zone forward air. It looked like, based on the fact that he stopped for half a second before and he was going for a crouch ledge slip, but just didn't manage to find it. That would have put him a little lower in range to catch that tether. I like the roll in there, recognizing that Devinchi